Hello Collective, my name is Cheryl and welcome back to Tarot Readings. Welcome to all of my new and returning subscribers, and thank you to everyone for your continued likes, your shares, for your support of this channel, but most importantly for your support of these messages from Spirit. That being said, wishing everyone a very, very happy hump day, hoping that the midweek finds you all doing well, coming out of a week that started well, and looking out to closing out the week and entering into a brand new weekend. So let's look into the current energies for today to see if there is any information or advice that Spirit would like to share with us for our highest good. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? The very first card that is asked to be shown is the Knight of Wands, fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Why is the Knight of Wands here for the collective? It's followed by the King of Swords. We have air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Ooh. Followed by more fire energy with the Page of Wands. Okay, so someone is trying to use their logic, someone is trying to use their wisdom in order to passionately argue their way out of, I just heard a mistake, out of rash actions, out of not taking accountability. So remember, collective, particularly for those that are new to these messages, you only take what resonates, okay? And you never ever try to make anything fit. But there is an individual, male or female, as you know, gender is fluid, who is coming in as a King of Swords, who's trying to use their wits, who's trying to use their intellect in order to get out of being caught, is what I'm hearing, looking at the Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands, which is why there is this passionate argument, this passionate discussion that's going on right now. Now, looking at the Page of Wands, recently, when the Page of Wands has come in, it's about defending sexual activity, male or female, okay? It is about someone who is trying to defend their sexual activity. The Knight of Wands is my card of one-night stands, as I've said many, many times throughout these readings, as well as my card of irresponsible and reckless actions. And today, looking at this King of Swords, again, male or female, we have someone who is trying to strategically manipulate their way out of the truth. Interesting. And who is trying to defend his or herself using Page of Wands energy against their reckless behavior and actions that they committed in the past, because they're having me go back to look at the Knight of Wands, okay? Can you tell me more about the Knight? Whoa, too many. More about the Knight of Wands energy. Why is that here? Whoa, there's a lot going on energetically with your person of interest. I've got the Two of Pentacles here. Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, placed underneath the Knight of Wands. So this individual, due to their reckless action, right, Knight of Wands energy to the Two of Pentacles, is being made to juggle their money, okay? This individual could also be working multiple jobs or working extra hours in order to make ends meet. As I'm looking back at that King of Swords to the Two of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. The message that I'm getting is all of this is because of the energy coming from the Knight of Wands. So this is someone who was behaving recklessly. This is also someone, if you notice, this individual, she's on her scooter, right? Riding around, going to different places, and notice the branches, the wands that she's holding in her hand. I feel that whomever this individual is, male or female, they were traveling around to multiple energies, doing really reckless and careless things. Now, again, Knight of Wands is my card of one-night stands, and looking at the Page of Wands, I feel that this is what this distorted King of Swords energy, male or female, is trying to figure out a way to maneuver out of. But again, they are still being hit with their finances. Two of Pentacles. So this is someone who is definitely experiencing financial instability at this time. So, yeah, the bottom of the deck, I also have the Knight of Cups. It's asked to be placed underneath the King of Swords, which is surprising, right? Because we know that with the King of Swords energy, in its higher vibration, this is someone who is intelligent. This is someone who is wise. This is also an energy that could also be represented as a judge, as a police officer, as someone who maintains some type of law and order. This energy today, while trying to use their mental intellect to get them out of a situation within which they have been caught, Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands, and I've just heard and also outed, this King of Swords is also being forced to wear his or her heart on their sleeve as a Knight of Cups. There's a lot of apologies. Interesting, there's a lot of apologies. So more than one person is being affected by this King of Swords energy, looking at the Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands, which is contributing to this feeling of this King of Swords feeling as if they have to defend themselves. And it feels it's a constant energy because the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands have been frequent flyers in all of the readings. And looking at this Two of Pentacles, it's been very clear throughout all of the readings that there is a serious financial issue going on with your person from the past or the person that you are currently thinking of. Because looking at that Knight of Cups to the Knight of Wands, because of that Knight of Wands behavior, they are being forced to wear their heart on their sleeve. Considering they're coming in as a distorted King of Swords already, looking at this Knight of Cups, this person emotionally, they're a mess. They're a mess. That cup is tiny. And I feel that just as they were traveling around in that Knight of Wands energy, right, on their moped, traveling around to all of these different energies, selling up these different scenarios, having multiple three-party situationships, notice this individual is now on a horse. They no longer have, oh, interesting. For some of you, your person of interest no longer has access to their regular mode of transportation. That's for someone that came in looking at the moped to the horse. And the fact that I was even drawn to explain the two modes of transportation in each of these Knight cards, right? They're both Knights. I feel it's in that same energy, but as a Knight of Cups, that this distorted King of Swords, male or female, is attempting to apologize, is arguing or trying to argue their position passionately, but failing miserably, because again, this individual is being called out. They're being called out for their behavior, and the behavior has them stuck financially within that Two of Pentacles. Can I get more on the Page of Wands? It's because all their secrets have been busted. High Priestess energy, Piscean energy. This is what your person of interest collective is still trying to defend. Even though, because this was said in the readings last week, this might even have been said in the last reading that I did, particularly with the advent of that full moon lunar eclipse. Yes, there was going to be a lot of disclosure. Yes, there was going to be continual revelations of things that were done in the dark that were being kept secret. But with the lunar eclipse, what also has been highlighted is the shadow aspect of that full moon. So a lot of the things that were done in the dark have now absolutely been exposed into the light. With that passing of the full moon lunar eclipse, again, we're seeing more and more secrets being revealed that this person is passionately trying to defend themselves against, knowing that it's the truth. This has been the kicker of it all, right? We have a distorted King of Swords energy that is refusing to take accountability for his or her actions. This is why we've got that Knight of Cups energy as opposed to a king or a queen coming in a higher vibration under that suit. This is someone who is still trying desperately to defend his or her actions. Particularly, again, it was done clandestinely. Thank you, that's the word I'm getting. It was all done in secret. And it's these revelations of these secrets. Now that people are woke, everyone, interesting, they corrected me, everyone is woke to what this energy was doing. It's got them in a position, I feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm also looking at these two knights as two separate energies that are involved with this distorted King of Swords, because I feel the age difference has come in before. This may or may not apply to your situation, collective. Again, you only take what resonates. But I do feel that this King of Swords energy, male or female, is older in some way. There's a position of authority, just like with the Emperor, that comes with the King of Swords. And again, it's about their intellect, it's about their wisdom. I feel that someone used their intellect, used their wisdom in order to manipulate, in order to maybe achieve gains, maybe achieve status, financial. I'm looking at the Two of Pentacles. However, again, it might resonate for you. Someone was abusing their power, and they could have abused their power with energies that were younger than them. Looking at these two knights here, because again, one knight, that Knight of Wands, is still coming in as incredibly reckless, and that Knight of Cups, incredibly emotional. So I also feel, if you're resonating with this collective, that whomever you're thinking of, they're not just being called out for themselves being this distorted Knight of Wands and a distorted Knight of Cups, trying to defend themselves within this distorted Page of Wands energy. They are quite potentially dealing with a Knight of Wands, a Knight of Cups, and I've just been told, and a Page of Wands. And this could also be part of the energy of the High Priestess. Whoa. This could also be part of the secrets that are being revealed, of that shadow aspect of the full moon that is being shown to everyone. So your person of interest, past or current, not only are they acting in this distorted King of Swords energy, they are also coming in as a distorted Knight of Wands to a distorted Knight of Cups, defending themselves using a distorted Page of Wands energy. There's also a distorted King of Swords, male or female, looking at this High Priestess energy that kept secrets surrounding a Knight of Wands, a Knight of Cups, and a Page of Wands. And looking back at that Two of Pentacles, this is also something that potentially has them financially juggling. So they could be taking care of multiple energies. They, again, if you've been resonating with these readings, we know that these individuals were in multiple three-party situationships, whether it was sexual, personal, business, however, again, it might resonate for you. But it feels as if not only is this distorted King of Swords energy being called out for their own behavior, there are at least three other energies here looking at this High Priestess energy that are also being called out for their behavior alongside this King of Swords, particularly when it comes to money, looking at this Two of Pentacles. What more can you tell the collective about this High Priestess energy? We have the Eight of Cups, followed by the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Someone was made to walk away, right, collective? A higher vibrational Queen of Cups, right, was made to walk away. And looking at this distorted King of Swords, okay, collective, if you are resonated with the energy of this Queen of Cups, male or female, okay, you could have been married to this distorted King of Swords. You could have been cohabitating with them. Looking at it as a King of Swords, maybe you even worked with them at some point. That's for someone. But there were 10 cups that were invested with this King of Swords. And this Queen of Cups, who I'm feeling is you, collective, you had to walk away from 8 of those cups, or this distorted King of Swords walked away from you, because again, they're now being called out as a Knight of Wands to a Knight of Cups to a Page of Wands, and also for dealing with the energy of a Knight of Wands to the Knight of Cups to the Page of Wands. You're still being seen as the ideal. You're still being seen as someone that this distorted King of Swords wants to make his or her way back to. But here's the issue. Notice that it's a distorted King of Swords. I do feel it's the other half of that karmic couple that we know that have been going through that breakup, that divorce, that separation, however again it is that it has been resonating for you, the collective. And it is again drawn right back to the Knight of Wands. Because of their reckless sexual behavior, wow. Right, I know that we covered that, which is why this individual's using the Page of Wands energy to defend themselves. But this is what it's really all about. It's still that issue of your past person and whomever they connected themselves with, moving around as not, this is what I'm getting, so again, please only take what resonates, moving around separately or together as a Knight of Wands, having these multiple encounters with multiple people that they were keeping secret, and looking at the High Priestess energy to the Queen of Cups, collective, they were doing this while they were with you. And again, I feel that this is what caused you to walk away, looking at that 8 of Cups, or that finally forced the hand of this distorted King of Swords who made the decision to walk away from you. Because all of these secrets, because I'm like, why are we it feels to me, particularly as a reader, that we're going back over a lot of old ground. There was a lot of people on the side of this King of Swords, this distorted King of Swords, that were absolutely kept in the dark about the real reason why you chose to leave. Looking again at this 8 of Cups to the Queen of Cups, or why this individual chose to walk away from you. However, again, it resonates. What the people around them are finding out, again, we know that there are these mass reveals that are going on, right? Everyone now knows the truth. Everyone knows what happened to you, what happened between you and your karmic person. However, again, it's been playing out for you. It's this High Priestess energy. I'm trying to remember whether it was last week. Again, I said this High Priestess, she's going to keep coming up a lot, right? And the High Priestess, I mean, I traditionally connect her with the moon, intuition, secret knowledge. This High Priestess energy has been holding on to a lot of secrets surrounding this distorted King of Swords. There it is. And this is what part of the ongoing revelation, and this is why your energy, collective, keeps being pulled back in. Because for the life of me, I know that Spirit has explained it. I know I've channeled it maybe 1,000,000 times to the collective about why this particular individual, male or female, finds it so hard to let go of you. Why some of you have written me, have shared stories of feeling as if you've been attacked in your dreams, constantly picking up their energy throughout the course of your day. However, again, it might resonate for you. It is, again, because they recognize what they lost, looking at this high vibrational Queen of Cups. But again, you're gone. Queen of Cups to the 8 of Cups. And they recognize the reason why. But for them, it's not over. Because looking at this High Priestess card, there's still so much more for this distorted King of Swords that is going to come to the surface, or is coming to the surface, which is why they keep coming in under that distorted Page of Wands energy. They're running out of excuses, collective. This distorted King of Swords is only distorted because he or she doesn't want to take accountability. And I think They thought that if they could hide out in this high priestess energy for long enough, that maybe people wouldn't realize, or people would just forget about it, or let whatever it is that they said or did, particularly if it surrounded you, go. That's not what's happening today. Because again, as I look at the Queen of Cups to the Eight of Cups, I'm hearing it's clear to everyone why it is that you turned your back and took off the way that you did, or why this King of Swords did what he did, which prompted you to again turn your back and take off the way that you did. Because this individual's secrets, they're being revealed one by one by one by one, which is why this energy is forever in this distorted King of Swords energy, because it's constantly trying to figure out how they're going to cover the revelation of one secret. And it feels as soon as they maybe come up with an excuse, or I don't know, I'm hearing alternate story, whatever it is, okay, another secret becomes revealed. So we have someone from your past, or who is currently in your energy, who is desperately trying to hide all of their Knight of Wands energy from you, and doing so badly because people are walking away from them, collective. We got the Eight of Cups here. People are recognizing who your past person is, or the person that you're thinking of. Again, only take what resonates. And again, it's the amount of people that they're dealing with. Knight of Wands to the Knight of Cups to the Eight of Cups. So we know that your past person, or your person of interest, their biggest secret from you, which I know from the comments a lot of you are absolutely fully aware of now, was just the sheer volume and amount of different energies that this person was introducing into their life while you were supposedly their Queen of Cups. And I do feel, okay, this is odd. Make this make sense. It's almost as if they were using your energy as a Queen of Cups while they were with you, almost as a pickup tool to meet other people. Knight of Wands to the Page of Wands. We've had the whole destiny swapping, stealing people's energy thing issue come up a few times right now, or a few times over the past few readings. My apologies. But looking at this Queen of Cups, I feel that whomever this distorted King of Swords is, they absolutely abused, mistreated your trust. And looking at this High Priestess energy, and to the Eight of Cups, for a lot of you, this is why you walked away. Because while you were trying to give them love, create a relationship with them, maybe even build a home with them, maybe some of you did, Queen of Cups energy, the wife, mother energy, this individual was out exercising their options. And wherever it is that they went to when they were away from you, they did exactly the same thing, but they did it in partnership with someone else. And again, it's all of these secrets that are being revealed and that are being defended in using this Page of Wands energy by this distorted King of Swords. Like, it's odd, collective. I don't know how this person's trying to do it. They're trying to justify their behavior. And again, it's not just their behavior towards you, although you are the one that's standing out, right? Because you are the Queen of Cups, because you're the one that made your escape. Again, whether they left you or you left them, looking at the Eight of Cups, it was a blessing in disguise. And I feel that this is another strong reason why this High Priestess energy is so prevalent today. Because the secrets are just going to keep tumbling out, collective. Surrounding your past person or your person of interest. They were hiding a lot. They were keeping a lot of secrets from you and from others. Because again, you know, financially, they're juggling. Two of Pentacles. People are walking away from them with the Eight of Cups. They're in conflict with potentially a Knight of Wands to a Knight of Cups to a Page of Wands. And they are also being seen as a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups and a Page of Wands. Someone who was emotionally and sexually irresponsible, whose secrets are being outed today. Yeah. The bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Wands. There are a lot of people that are so unhappy with your past person or with whomever it is that you're thinking of right now. Like that came in as multiple energy, right? For every 9 of those wands, that was a different person who is, it's above the King of Swords, who are looking at this King of Swords like, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. That's literally what I'm hearing. They don't know what to do about this individual. Because again, they're being called out as that distorted Knight of Wands. They're being called out for being a distorted Knight of Cups. So this person wasn't just having one night stands. They were love bombing. They were sex bombing within that Page of Wands. There was a lot that this distorted King of Swords, male or female, was doing. And today, again, you know, looking over at that Queen of Cups, I feel that you only show up in these readings, collective, to remind this individual of what they lost. To remind them of what they walked away from, looking at that Eight of Cups to the Knight of Wands, their reckless and selfish behavior towards you. And, okay, yes, definitely towards others. Nine of Wands to the Eight of Cups to the Page of Wands. But you keep coming up into the reading as a reminder, because every time this person looks at you, every time this person, I just heard, looks you up. So this energy is still definitely spying on you, collective. Needing to see what you're doing, needing to see how you're doing it. And I just heard, look at this, I can't make it up, hoping to learn something from you. Hermit energy, Virgo energy again. Because that flashlight is shining so brightly on you where you are, and the flashlight on them is shining on them for a completely different reason. Knight of Wands energy to the Page of Wands energy again. Everything that your person of interest did to you and did to others has been outed and will continue to be outed under this High Priestess energy. And you will continue to be shown as this high vibrational Queen of Cups, male or female. Because notice, she's not even looking over towards that distorted King of Swords. Your focus, collective, is on the cup that you're holding in your hand. Your focus is on building your relationships. Your focus is on remaining empathic, remaining loving, but most importantly, remaining intuitive. And it's because of these deep emotional qualities. Notice how Spirit's bringing that out. Whoever I'm talking to has deep emotional connections to spirit, to self, but most importantly to others. And I feel that because of this, your energy is valued. So it's no surprise to me that your karmic past person or your person of interest is coming in as a lower vibrational King of Swords. And again, it definitely could have been someone that you were married to. I definitely feel it was someone that you trusted. Father figure, a patriarch of some kind, a close friend maybe, if not a lover, right? But you coming into these readings, you're always going to come in as a Queen of Cups, or whatever you come in as, is always going to be high vibrational, because it's Spirit showing the energetic difference, the karmatic difference of where this individual is now compared to where you are. And believe me, collective, it's night today. It's night today. Is there anything else the collective should be aware of midweek? we got the Five of Cups. This person is suffering from nothing but sadness, regret, and remorse. It's pretty much what's been shared this entire reading, right? And their focus are on the three fallen cups. Three, right? Regret, remorse, and disappointment. And notice there are three karmic energies on this table outside of that distorted King of Swords. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So this individual is moving through karmatic justice, spiritual justice, however, again, it might resonate for you, collective, because everything that they did to you has been exposed. This individual, whatever secrets they thought that they were holding, and again, I'm going to say this, like, not just surrounding you, but surrounding everyone that they involved in their Knight of Wands adventures, everyone knows the truth. And it is the truth that this individual is trying to argue against. And I'm going to repeat it again. It is not going well for them because everyone knows what they did to you. Everyone knows what they did to them, as in the group, as in the family, the community, the workplace, however, again, it might resonate for you. Because this individual, as a distorted King of Swords, I've just heard, feels completely alone, feels completely isolated, and looking at the Eight of Cups to the Five of Cups, recognizes that pretty much everyone has walked away and or turned their back on them. Okay? So I've got the wisdom of the Oracle here. Can we do a quick check-in surrounding this reading? Is there anything else the collective should know? We got the chopped wood, which is the only thing that this person can do right now. Move slowly. This person is not really being given a choice, collective, right? Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, we've got a leg up. Your past person is in it right now, okay? This distorted King of Swords. Because the secrets that he or she thought that they were keeping are no longer being kept. They are being revealed. Again, see, there it is. As I pull me back to that Knight of Wands, this Knight of Wands energy that's coming in as a separate energy connected to this King of Swords is upset. And it's this Knight of Wands, again, that is traveling around, right? That is sharing all the secrets of this distorted King of Swords, right? Because they're angry with him or her. They were a part of those many, many, many three-party situationships that your past person was engaged in, maybe with a karmic co-partner, which again has everyone involved in a Nine of Wands. People know that they got taken. Whether it was sexually, whether it was financially, people know that they were played by this individual, but most importantly, your person of interest recognizes that they're running out of time. Tick-tock. Not just to come towards you, right? With this apology, look where this Knight of Cups energy is looking towards. But to make things right, even where they are right now, because there are a lot of people that are upset at them because of the position that they feel that your past person or person of interest put them in, even though these individuals, this is interesting, they all made a free will choice of their own when it came to you, collective. So I kind of feel, looking at this Eight of Cups, these people are only walking away from your person of interest because they got caught as well. Okay? So again, that's for someone. Is there anything else the collective should be aware of surrounding today's energy? Can't make it up. I'm going to leave it here. They're stuck dealing with the tribe. Whether it's family, friends, community, workplace, again, collective, however this resonates for you, they are still stuck dealing with the tribe. We know this. Knight of Wands to the Knight of Cups to the Page of Wands to the Nine of Wands. Five of Cups to the Eight of Cups, because the secrets surrounding what your person of interest was doing with this tribe, again, have been fully exposed. But most importantly, everyone that was involved in this, in whatever they took part in with this distorted King of Swords, where I'm going to tell you, they're dealing, again, with a lot of anger, a lot of upset with whomever it is that they collaborated with, because they also recognize that they've run out of time. They've run out of time to make things right. And I feel that maybe at one point they could have had the opportunity to come towards you, collective, to sit down with you, to say, hey, this is what happened. This is the closure that you need. This is what I need to let you know. This individual chose not to do that. And looking at the TikTok in regards to these secrets, this high priestess energy, this individual absolutely knows that it is too late to come back around to try to make it all right, particularly with you, looking at you here as that Queen of Cups, off to the side, minding your own business, because they recognize that they do need a leg up, that they do need to move slowly. But most importantly, where they are right now, they're trying to figure out how to make things right, because they are enduring the wrath and the anger of the tribe that they conspired with. And it appears the tribe has now turned against them. Going to leave the reading here, collective. I really hope for those of you that this reading resonated with, that again, you're taking away more wisdom and more understanding for yourself that you can use to continue to move forward. And if this reading did not resonate with you whatsoever, thank you again for sticking through until the end. Please feel free to let it go, and maybe the next reading will be for you. But in saying that, I'm going to wish you all the love and all the light. I'll probably be back closer towards the end of the week, just because, again, I do feel that during these readings, there has been a lot of information that has been repeated. I understand why Spirit not put it, because every message is important and how it connects to the new information that comes through. But I think for my collective, I'm really, you're all smart, beautiful, intelligent human beings. And, you know, I truly believe a lot of you have an understanding of these readings and how they pertain to you. So I'm going to try and give a little energetic space to see how things continue to play out for your person of interest, but also for you. But again, you know, you only ever take what resonates. Keep moving on your own journeys, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, everyone. Be well.